Well, and I'd like to start with the point of being scared. Okay, so you can be scared, but go find help.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Now, let's talk about this tax goddess. I'm dying to know a lot of it. Basically, let's talk about, because there is a mixed conception sometimes, that regarding tax, So, but let's face it, there is legally, right? If you don't pay tax, this is illegal. However,
I was going to say, you better be legally doing whatever you're doing. That's important.
However, there are a lot of legal ways to save a lot of taxes. And I think that people, Shauna, sometimes they go in the wrong path for the wrong reason. It's just about lack of knowledge that they try to make a shortcut. They don't pay this tax because of this, because of that. And after, you can be in big trouble. I don't know in United States, but in UK, you can be in big trouble if you don't pay your taxes. They can even close your company.
Well, they close your company, throw you in jail, and throw away the
keys. Prison,
if you do it bad enough. This is bad stuff. So
you hide, So tell us why, when it comes to tax, it's a topic that all the entrepreneurs are finding that this is the last thing that they have to do. Where actually, if you are turning over $1 million plus, you should look into this deeply, because there is a lot of creative ways that you can save tax effectively and legally. So tell us, educate us a little bit more, because this is something that people are even scared to talk about.
Absolutely. Well, and I'd like to start with the point of being scared. Okay, so you can be scared, but go find help. So we talked a little bit earlier about finding your team. Okay. Now, I'm talking only about U.S. taxes. So let me be very clear there. I would love to say I'm a tax goddess for the whole planet, but unfortunately, only for the U.S. Okay. So one of the biggest things you said, entrepreneurs, they can wait, they can go at $1 million. You need to be looking at this thing. I'm actually a big fan of starting at the beginning. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Now, certainly you're not going to be doing a huge amount of tax planning because you haven't made any money yet. Okay. But if you have an idea of which direction you're heading, right? So is this going to be a small lifestyle business? You're making $1 million, maybe you're taking home 250, you've got one secretary, you're happy, right? Like you're just running your business, you're making money. If your plan, exactly. It's a lifestyle business, right? You're not working 80 hours a week, you're working 30, you're making good money, you're happy, right? Everything's fine. The other way to do it, of course, is to go the other end. You are going to be the next Alex Hermosi, the next Dan Cardone, right? Like we're Grant Cardone. You're going to be someone huge, okay? And that is your plan. Either direction, where you start can make massive differences as to where you end up. So for example, a lot of people will start their businesses without an entity. So no LLC, no partnership, no S Corp, all US tax structures. You can do that. But as soon as your profit is more than about 50,000, the IRS will be riding you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You will have one of the highest tax brackets in the country. Here in the US, it's 63% if you don't structure it at the beginning. And for most people, when they're getting into business, the point is to make more than $50,000 in your business, right? So starting with the proper entity structure, determining whether you're going to sell your business down the road, or if you're going to build this and hold on to it, maybe pass it on to your children, all of the entity structuring, which type of entity you use, that's step one. Now, of course, if you're hearing this broadcast right now and you're already at step 30, right? You're already making 10 million. And you haven't done any tax strategy, one of the biggest questions that we get is, Shauna, listen, I can see all of your qualifications here, CPA, master's in tax, certified tax strategist, all of these things. Yeah, I'm in the top 1% in the country for tax strategy. there are also tax preparers, right? Your CPAs, your regular standard CPAs that take your information, put it in the return, and they come back to you and say, this is how much you owe.
This is the number.
This is the number. And you can do
Well,
that.
that doesn't work for me, yeah? That doesn't work for me.
Exactly.
That
Well,
doesn't
so
work for
many
me.
people.
I need to know, I mean, this is how we talk with our accountant, and we want to find ways how we can, like you share, structure the things to make the most out of it. Yeah. And there is a lot of information that honestly I don't have a clue. I don't even have a clue that existed.
Yep.
And we do get a lot of help regarding that topic. So because again, I because I seen people, yeah, gone in the wrong track for the wrong reason, and they don't even need it to. So why you gonna get in trouble for nothing if there are legal ways to achieve the same thing that you're trying to achieve? And just because of lack of knowledge, just because don't hire someone that have the expertise, people end up in big trouble. I seen with my eyes, yeah, and sometimes I don't understand why people behave like that. But certainly there are, at least in United Kingdom, there are some cases that this has happened. I don't know in United States. So what message do you have for those entrepreneurs that they trying to gamble, because I think this is gamble with your tax, and trying to make some cuts where having actually a legal way to do, and people are not aware of the impact that this can have in the business and in the life. And tell us what solutions are possible, because I think people, they always think about this, that is too good to be true. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about all this.
Absolutely. So first things first, if you take shortcuts, the government will not be happy. And I think that holds true whether you're in the UK, in the States, and doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. Okay. You take shortcuts, the government is not happy with you. Okay.
And they will come and collect.
Yes, they will. You better be ready to move out of the country. And
oh my God, you have to disappear. I don't know. I don't know in United States, but in UK, they find you wherever you are. That's like an octopus. They will find you wherever you are in UK.
Of course.
They are very, for that, they find you.
And so we use something called the aggression scale, 0 to 10. 0 meaning the government will never call you never ever. Okay. But that means you're leaving money on the table, right? You're not doing anything, basically. A 10 means we're all going to jail. So when you talk about, how many strategies, how aggressive do you need to be? Because really the goal for most entrepreneurs is to get their tax rate to 0. Right? I want to keep my money. I want to reinvest in my business. I want to hire new staff, whatever it is. Okay. I want my tax rate to be 0, because for most entrepreneurs, they feel like they can do a better job than the government can with their money. Okay. Mm-hmm. So if your tax bill is $20,000, you may need a level 1 strategy. Okay. If your tax bill is $500 billion, you may need a level 8. Not a 10, because we're not going to jail, right? We're not doing shady stuff like a 9. We're not doing shady stuff hoping we don't get caught. You're doing an 8. You're taking every strategy, everything you can apply to minimize your tax.
By the law, yeah.
By the law, 100% legal, right? And I think that's one of the big differences when you're talking to, there are many companies out there that claim they are tax mitigation specialists or tax strategists, right? It's one of the big differences of working with somebody who is both a CPA, right, qualified by the government CPA, and a tax strategist, CTS. There are only 15 certified tax strategists in the entire US.
Wow.
And I'm one of them. Right.
Really? Oh my God, that's amazing. Congratulations. I can tell that you're really, really good at what you do. Yeah. I can tell that. I can see your energy.
I was going to say Forbes agrees.
Yeah, I can see your Forbes article. Tell us a little bit. Tell us about your article in Forbes. Yeah. How you end up in Forbes?
Well, very long story short, nobody wants to pay tax. Amazing.
Very popular topic, yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, it's a great topic. And so they ask the same questions you're asking. How do we legally reduce taxes, right? Because nobody wants to go to jail. Nobody wants to get the government upset. That's not the plan, right? But, at this point, like clients that work with a certified tax strategist, our average tax rate for our clients is 6.92%, considering the high, excuse me, I'm getting all choked up, considering the highest is 63%. It's a massive drop. So, one of the things I always like to tell people is, listen, if you're in the US, and I know obviously our audience is worldwide, if you're in the US and you're looking for strategies, the book that I wrote last year, it's actually called The 6% Life.
Oh, wow.
This book covers 7 legal loopholes that you can use in the US. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we have a whole thing around the 6% life because who wants to pay more tax than they have to? So, yeah.
So where can we find this book? Where? In Amazon? What is it?
Amazon, baby, Amazon.
Show us the cover again.
Yeah, here, absolutely. The 6% life.
Look,
you get it right there.
6% life. Yeah, tax goals. I like these tax goals. This is amazing. Well done.
Works out really well.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.